Welcome to the Midlife Mom Podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Lewis. I'm a coach for midlife moms with a background as a mental health therapist. I help midlife moms who are feeling lost and stuck to be able to discover and create their dream midlife. Let's do this. Hey, welcome back, midlife moms. I hope you all, if you're listening to this during summertime, are enjoying your summer. So today's topic is a continuation of a series that I'm doing called Mental Wellness Toolkit. This one is part 2, and it's exercise. Oh my goodness. This one is one of my favorite mental health toolkit hacks because it can be so helpful, and it's something that we can do to help our mental health. 1.5 years ago, I was noticing some symptoms of depression. I was feeling down. I was feeling unmotivated. I just wasn't feeling myself. And I knew I wasn't dealing with a diagnosable depression, but I was definitely having symptoms of depression. And I realized that there were some things I needed to make some changes with in my life. So one of those changes was my work situation. I was working too much, and so I needed to make a change with that. I actually worked with a burnout coach to help me in being able to figure out what was going on for me. But once I realized it was burnout, which I pretty much suspected, I started working on changing my work situation, and then another important component of it was exercise. Even though I was working out more consistently around this time, what it did for me is it brought the awareness that as I was feeling unmotivated and feeling kind of down, that I needed to keep working out. I knew how important working out was, but it was at this time that it was like, Lisa, you have got to get up and do it in the mornings because this is what's really helping you. It was like at that point that I realized this is key to helping you with your mental health and to be able to work through what's going on for you. For me, exercise is twofold. It helps with my mental and also my physical health. When I do work with clients, these are the things I'm checking in on. I talked about sleep last week. I check in on that. I check in on exercise and see if they're getting exercise or movement during their weeks. Especially if I have someone that is having more severe symptoms of depression, I really encourage them to start doing some type of exercise. Obviously, you need to check with your doctor if there's something going on medically to know what works for you, but exercise is pretty crucial to helping with depression symptoms. So what's the impact of not getting exercise or movement on our mental health? Inactivity can impact how we feel. Again, back to the depression or our mood. It can impact our mood. If we are not exercising, we may notice more symptoms of depression or anxiety or stress. We may experience feeling tired or down or unmotivated. There's also the impact on our physical health, and there's studies to support that it can impact us having cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, weight gain, muscle loss, bone weakness, inflammation, and hormone imbalances. Kind of a daunting list, isn't it? And it's good to know that just by exercising, we can improve our body physically and mentally. So we probably know the benefits of exercising, but I'm going to give you a list, if anything, to help motivate, if this is not happening, to start implementing some type of exercise/movement in your week. Exercise can help with managing stress, which I totally notice this for me. It can help with better sleep. It can help with increasing energy levels. It can improve your mood. It can help with boosting memory. And again, it can decrease depression symptoms. It can relieve anxiety. And this is something that I've really noticed, that if I'm feeling anxious and I can get out and move, it just calms down my nervous system. So there is a story about a lady named Denise Curley. And she was about to turn 50 years old. So she's, midlife. And she found that her wedding ring was no longer fitting her finger. She was perimenopausal and reported that she was living a pretty sedentary lifestyle, and she'd been living that way for quite a while. She decided that she was going to start lifting weights, and she was doing so in her spare bedroom. When she started lifting, she was feeling very unfit, and she noticed that she quickly became breathless and exhausted. She shared in her fitness journey that action often preceded motivation. So I thought that was really interesting because sometimes we wait for motivation to come and it doesn't come, and we need to just take action. So what she did is she was consistent in doing regular workouts even when she was not motivated. And then she shared that the motivation did come later and that it also got easier. In addition to transforming her physical health, she said that also starting to work out also helped transform her attitude about growing older. And here's a quote from an article I read about her. She says, we really do get to choose how we age. It's all about your mindset. Old and aging are very different. There's nothing wrong with aging. I embrace my age. But the word old makes me think of decline, and like my best years are behind me. What we tell ourselves matters more than anything else. I'm aging, but I'm strong, vibrant, and spirited. So I love that. I love the attitude shift that it gave her when she started to work out and how she thought about herself related to aging versus being, quote, old. And that, this is definitely a mindset shift. If you're interested in learning more about Denise, she can be found on Instagram at 50 Fitness Journey. And I will try to link that in the show notes. So after listening to this, if you are wanting to improve your physical and mental health, but you're not quite sure how to get started, I've got a few tips for you. So one is finding an activity that you enjoy, whether it be biking, walking, lifting weights, yoga, swimming, etc. Find something that you like or that you want to try because you're going to be more likely to want to do it if you enjoy it. Start with small, achievable goals. Make it realistic. If you haven't been working out at all, it may not be realistic for you to say that you're going to run for an hour 7 days a week. We've got to be realistic with ourselves when we're starting out. Another thing that can be helpful is scheduling your workouts and stick to that schedule. Keep your commitment to yourself, just as you would keep a commitment to your employer or maybe a friend that you're getting together with. This is a commitment to yourself. This is a commitment to you having a better relationship with yourself, with your mental health, with your physical health. Listen to your body. If you are having pain, do not push through it. Yes, there might be some discomfort. For sure, there's going to be discomfort when starting something new, but also be aware of pain and listen to your body. And as always, check with your doctor. If you haven't been working out, it might be good to get a checkup and just talk to your doctor about starting a program. Let this be fun and an experiment. You are learning what you like. So we want this to be something that you are enjoying and that you're going to be eventually more motivated to do. I think it was about 4 years ago, I found a program that I really liked for lifting weights. And I will link that in the show notes. It's called Madeline Moves. And I really liked her program because what she does is she has an app and it gave me actionable steps to be able to start lifting weights. I knew that lifting weights was something that was beneficial as we start aging to help with muscle loss. And what she does is she has 5 workouts a week and like one day's legs. And she shows how to do this workout and has a video, or how to do this movement and has a video associated with it. And for me, I already had the equipment. I had a few dumbbells, I had bands, and that was pretty much what I needed to do her workout. So it was something that I felt like I could get going with. And I found that I really liked it. I'm very structured in how I do things, so having a plan to follow was really helpful for me. And I also felt like her plan was something that was adaptable to what I could do. Now, I'm not getting anything by promoting her. I'm just sharing with you something that I found that was helpful for me. And I encourage you to find something that's helpful for you. There are tons of videos on YouTube. If you're not the type that wants to go to the gym, I'm not a big gym person. I like to work out by myself. And so I also like to use different types of HIIT workouts that are on YouTube, and finding ones that work for my body. Like sometimes HIIT workouts that have a lot of knee movement. I can't do too much knee movement because my knee will start to ache. And so I was able to find one where it's easy on the knees. So anyway, my point being, find something that you enjoy. Find something that you want to do. And for me, being able to find being able to find the program with Madeline Moves was very motivating for me because I knew what to do each day. I didn't have to go and figure it out because that would have been a block for me. And I ended up finding out that I loved it. I actually really, really love lifting weights. Okay, except for leg day. Leg days are not my favorite because they're really hard for me. But I do overall love the lifting weights. I love the way my body feels when I've done that. And I just feel like I'm taking care of myself. I also love to walk, something that is huge for me, of being able to get out in nature and walk. So that's another thing with my mental health that is a benefit. So as you think through your exercise routine or what you are doing or maybe what you're not doing and you want to change that up and you want to engage in it, I'm totally cheering you on with this. I get so excited when I think about it because I just know how beneficial it can be. And I hope that this will be something that you can add to your mental wellness toolkit and that it will be something that is helping you. And that's all I have for you today. I'll see you next week on the podcast. If you're enjoying what you are learning on this podcast and would like to learn more about working with me as your coach, you can message me at midlifemomcoach@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram. Midlife Mom Coach is my handle. We'll see you next time on the podcast.